is saying that I accept the tradition that is what books are in the canon, the same as saying I accept every dogmatic declaration under the Bishop of Rome. They are not identical. How do I know they're not identical? Because they weren't identical in the New Testament for first century Judaism. So there is a distinction that is necessary unless you want to say that the Pharisees were infallible. They had valid teaching. Not only did they have valid teaching authority, but they actually had traditions that were correct. So do you want to go there? Because I don't think people want to go there. So when you're looking at the first century and you look at just the way that Jesus functions in relation to tradition, Jesus accepts the Pharisaic canon. He undoubtedly accepts the Pharisaic canon. He acknowledges that the Pharisaic canon was preserved. God led the people of Israel to recognize which books were in the canon. But Jesus also then critiques the authority of the Pharisees in like every other way. So how do you have both? Well, you have to make a distinction between the two. It's necessitated by the way that the New Testament actually functions. And so if the New Testament makes that distinction, we certainly can make that distinction today. And so one does not necessitate the other. And so you have to prove not only that there is a tradition of which books are in the canon, but you have to prove that along with that is a infallible dogmatic tradition, that there is an authority that Jesus gave to a particular church under a particular bishop, such that they had the authority to make definitive, conscience-binding declarations on dogma and life. That's a very different thing than the question of what books are actually in the canon.